In this video, I will walk you through the process of crafting an informative and visually engaging knowledge base article. Let's get started by finding the knowledge base template. Under All, you will find a category labeled Knowledge. Click it and you will be sent to a window where you are presented with two options. Select IT Docs and then System Documentation. There, you will find the KB template. Here, you will need to highlight the full template and copy it. Now, you will go into the All tab and locate My Knowledge Articles. In here, you will click New, and you'll paste the template down below. Now, let's fill in the criteria up above here. So first, for knowledge base, you would click IT knowledge base, and then category would depend on what type of article this is. For this article, I'm going to click How To. Configuration item would be a bit more specific on what the article would be about. For this one, it will be learning management. Then you will put in a short description. And now we could fill in the rest of the article. The template begins with the purpose section. Here, you should provide a concise description of the article's purpose. Following that, you have the introduction section. Here, you will give a 2-3 sentence overview of the topic. Next is prerequisites. This is where you list any requirements or links to other knowledge-based articles that the reader should check before proceeding. To link to another KB article, first get rid of the following text, and then write in the KB article's name. Then, highlight this, and click the link button. Paste the permalink where it says URL, and click Save. And now you're linked to another KB. Something to note is that you should add an indentation for formatting purposes. Next would be the definition section. The definition section should clarify any technical terms or concepts used in the article. Once you have defined the terms, be sure to bullet it for formatting. Now onto the video section. If there's a video attached to the article, you will delete the text and insert an indent. Then click the Insert Media button. If the video is a YouTube video, you will paste the link in the source column. If it is an MP4, then you will click the source icon to the side of the text bar. For this article, it will be a YouTube video. As you can see, ServiceNow will automatically provide a width and height for the video. If you need to change the size, type into the text bar, and it will automatically change. Now you can hit save and the video will be embedded within the article. Before we go into the guide section, I'm going to brush upon what you need to do if you have the contents of the article in an outside document. For example, Google Docs. The way to go about uploading the content into ServiceNow starts with opening up Text Edit. Copy and paste the content from the document into Text Edit, and then under Format, make it into plain text. The reason we have to go through this step is because ServiceNow will take all of the HTML coding that might not be visible and embed it into the article. Now, after you deformat the text, then you could copy and paste the content into ServiceNow following the KB template. Now, let's dive into the guide section. In the guide section, break down your instructions into steps. If there are multiple parts to this article, it would be good practice to add on to the guide heading and explain which part you're going to be covering. Before we get started, we will need to indent the steps. Highlight the text and click on the indent button. Now what we could do is delete the screenshot and start with step 1, providing detailed directions for this specific step. Continue this format for all the steps in your guide. Before going on to the last step, be sure to insert any links if there's a website needed for the step, as well as bolding specifically named items in the steps. In the final step, delete the text beneath the heading and write the closing remarks in the heading itself. Along with the steps in the guide, there should also be an image attached to show the step. After each step, indent and include a screenshot to coincide with the step. To do so, click on Insert Image, and you have different options. I will be using the Upload option, and I will drag and drop my image. When you insert the image, it will most likely be too big for the article, so you will need to resize it. Additionally, to abide by ADA compliance, all images are required to have alternative text. Something else that would be good practice is including a border for the image. For that, you go into Advanced, and then in Border Style, select Solid, and then you could save. Now continue doing this for each image inserted. Something to note with the images is if the image demonstrates multiple options or a sequence needed to be performed, the steps within the image should be labeled with letters rather than numbers. The last section is the troubleshooting section. Here, you will list any known issues and guide users on how to report bugs or errors through a support ticket or attending a drop-in session. Now that you have completed your article, you will then click the Publish button at the top right of the screen. Then, the article will go through the stages of being in review, then scheduled for publish, and finally published. And now you have learned the process for creating a knowledge base article. By following these steps, you can confidently craft and publish an informative knowledge base article, ensuring clarity and accessibility for your audience.